When he comes back, because he will, this is exactly what you say and do. When they send you the first message, you ignore it. You do not reply to the first message. If it's a phone call, you do not answer it. If they add you on a social media platform, you do not accept it. And you might be thinking, no, like I have to accept it because like what if they never reach out again? When they reach out to you, it's because they know you will pick up. They know that you will answer their text. They know that you will add them back on a social media platform. They know you will because they think that you're easily going to give in for it. However, when you don't, it is going to A, humble the fuck out of them, and B, they're going to have to work a little bit harder to get your attention. And they will, because at this point they're going to be feeling a little bit embarrassed because they have reached out and you haven't replied. So them, with their massive heads and egos, they're going to be thinking, maybe she didn't see it, maybe she didn't get the message, maybe she didn't see my phone call. So they're going to do it again. They're going to reach out again to you, and this time you answer it and you just say, what's up, like, is everything okay? You don't react to them adding you back because they're going to be expecting you to, and then when you don't react to it in a good way, they're going to be like, oh, humbled. So you just act like them reaching out means that something is wrong. So you say like, what's up, what's wrong? And they're going to be like, no, nothing, I just wanted to say hi, like, how are you going, blah blah blah. This is what you say. You say, I'm really good, like I'm going really, really well, how are you? You act completely unfazed, completely unbothered. I don't care if you're jumping up and down screaming at the fact that he's contacted you. You act unfazed in the absolute slightest. He's going to be expecting you to say something along the lines of like, no, I'm not doing that well, like I really miss you, I'm so happy that you reached out to me, blah blah blah. You saying that you're going really well is literally going to piss him off. This next part is really important, okay? In the conversation, whether it's a day in, whether it's an hour in, whether it's 10 minutes into the conversation, he's going to hit you with the, have you been seeing anyone else, like, how's your love life going, sort of question. You say, yeah, I've seen a few people, but I'm just not really looking for a relationship right now. Yeah, I've seen a few people and like it went really well, but I'm just not really looking for a relationship. You hit him with that, he is gagged, he is speechless, he doesn't even know what to say. Because the reason why he ended it with you is because he wasn't looking for a relationship and maybe he thought you were, or he didn't want a relationship anymore but he knew that you did. So now you saying that you've ended it with people after him because you're not looking for a relationship is going to make him so angry. Because he's going to be thinking, no, I was the one that didn't want a relationship. And to finish it off really nicely, when he asks you why, you say this, and this is going to kill his insides. You are going to say, I just love being single. He is going to be so angry. Trust me, that works. He's going to be at your fucking feet doing everything he can to get you back, and you are just going to be like, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. And if you want to get back to him, you have to make him fucking work for it, and you have to make him prove to you why you should take him back.
This is for my girls for when he comes back. Stop. Stop it. Stop. 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 You know he's gonna. They always do. And the moment you think that he's not going to come back, baby, he will. He will. He always does. Here's the deal with men, okay? So when you end things, when you end a situationship, when you end a little talking stage, or maybe you end a relationship, the guy always comes back when you are energetically detached, okay? When you literally feel energetically detached from him, an outcome, a future, the fantasy future that we all make in our heads, that is the moment that he comes back, okay? So that little in-between time, like as women, like we're so emotional, like we're hardwired to feel all of our emotions, which is a good thing. It's a blessing and a curse, but it's like that in-between time behind like, okay, you end things with the person and then you have this weird gap between like actually energetically like moving on. And that little gap is truly a call to focus on the self, like literally focus on you. Go all in, like knowing that you can never miss what's meant for you. If you were to just detach from that person, the outcome, the situationship, the question of like, oh, when will he come back? When will he slide in my DMs? When will he text me again? Like when you literally write out that question and you're just so focused on self and like what you're doing and where you're going and like romanticizing the love in your life and everything that you have, like truly, babes, that is when he comes back. When he sees that you're doing better. Okay, when he sees you're doing better. And it's like kind of like the ease girl era. Like you're in this feminine ease, like you're not worried about him or you're not thinking about him. Literally just focus on yourself. You're focused on what you're doing, where you're at, and where you want to go. And that energy of love, and truly, I believe that it's when you slow down. Like, I believe that you get to that place of like abundance and love and gratitude. You operate on that higher frequency when you slow down. Like, that's when it comes, like, was when you slow down and you really embrace the little things, really embrace life for what it is and how you're living and how you're showing up today. So one of my favorite quotes, I read this in The Power of Now. It is that the past is irrelevant. The future doesn't exist. Like, listen up. The future does not exist. You do not know what the future entails. The future is just a made up word for like where we're thinking about in the future, but it doesn't exist. All that exists is this moment right now. So when you're able to come into that present moment and be presently here, that nothing, not the future, not the past, like nothing exists except this moment, that is where I feel true abundance and love and joy and that higher frequency comes from, truly. And so when you're operating in this present moment with love and gratitude, you operate on that frequency, and the guy can pick up on that. He'll be able to feel that energy, knowing that you're not tripping over him. You're only concerned about this present moment. And what's presently here is that he's not in your life. You're not concerned about when he's going to message you because you know he will. You're just worried about where you are right now and the actions that you see right now, which is where you are. So if you were to feel abundant in where you are presently at, that means focusing on self, going on a walk, focusing on getting your bag, working, eating as much protein, getting that dump truck. Come on. Like,
Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about something a lot of women face at some point. What to do when he comes back after disappearing or cutting off contact. Whether it's been, say, days, weeks, or even months, it can be confusing situation. Do you welcome him back with open arms, or is there more you should consider? First and foremost, when he comes back, ask yourself why. Did he leave because he needed space? Was it because of an argument, or did he simply ghost you without explanation? It's really important to get clarity on the reason for his return. Don't just accept the fact that he is back without understanding what changed. He needs to explain his absence and show some accountability for his behavior. This is crucial because if you don't address the roots of the problem, history might repeat itself. It can be easy to forgive someone you care about because of the emotional connection you still have with them. But it's important to give yourself time. You deserve to heal from the whatever hurt you experienced when he left. And rushing back into things won't allow that healing process to fully happen. So take your time before deciding whether or not forgive him. More importantly, whether or not to trust him again. Trust is not something that just magically returns because someone says sorry. Actions speak louder than words. So watch his behavior, not just what he says. If you decide to let him back into your life, boundaries are a must. Be clear about what you need from him moving forward, okay? Whether it's more communication, more transparency, or more emotional support, he needs to understand that things can't just go back to how they were. He has to earn his place back in your life by showing respect for those boundaries. Make sure he knows that if he repeats his disappearing act or doesn't meet your standards, there'll be consequences. You don't want to find yourself in the same situation a few weeks down the road. Another important thing to consider is the timing. Why is he coming back now? Was he in a relationship that just ended? Did he realize he missed the comfort you provided? Or is he just lonely? It's essential to figure out whether his return is because he genuinely values you or because he's facing some kind of personal crisis or loneliness. Don't allow someone to come back just because they're bored of feeling guilty. You're not a backup plan. It's important to protect your emotion energy from people who don't value it. This is something we don't always think about. Do you even want him back? After some time apart, you may have realized that you're happier, more at peace, or even more empowered without him. Sometimes, when someone leaves, it gives us the opportunity to rediscover our self worth and what we truly want from a relationship. If you find that you're in a better place without him, don't feel pressures to let him back into your life just because he returned. You have every right to decide that you are moving forward without him. Sometimes when someone comes back, they're just trying to heal from something else. Maybe his last relationship didn't work out, or he's feeling lonely after a life change. If he's just coming back to fill a void, this could mean he's using you as a rebound, which can lead to another rebound round of emotional confusion. Be conscious and keep an eye on his intentions. Is he truly interested in rebuilding what you had, or is this just a quick fix for him emotionally? Don't allow yourself to be someone's emotional crunch. At the end of the day, the most important advice I can give you is trust your gut. If something feels off, don't ignore the feeling. You know yourself and your situation better than anyone else. Don't let your desire for things to work out cloud your judgment if you deep down feel uneasy. Sometimes the fact that someone comes back doesn't necessarily mean they should be allowed back into your life. It could be a test for you to recognize your own strength and self-worth. Pay attention to how you feel and don't be afraid to say no if that's what your heart is telling you. So, when he comes back, remember, evaluate the situation carefully. Don't rush into forgiveness. Set clear boundaries and check it with your own feelings. Most important, make sure his return adds value to your life rather than causing you more pain. Okay? So you have to be very, very careful when someone returns. Don't be just anxious because they say, no, I'm here. No, don't allow people to come back to you. Most of the time we discover that people come back to us with selfish intentions. Okay, they went and tried, maybe they had a new catch and that relationship didn't work, and this has been happening. I remember it happened to me with my ex. Okay, he told me, like, I just discovered that this man was cheating on me, so I confronted him. He said, yeah, he was refusing. So he told me later, no, yeah, I'm seeing her and all that. So he went, yeah. So upon refusing, so he was saying, yeah, yes, no, sometimes, So upon just realizing that these people are seeing each other, I had to go off. Like, I never wanted to think about him. Like, I told him it's over. I don't want someone who cheats on me. I don't, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. He should continue the same game. So they continued, but that relationship didn't work out. And this is someone who just calls me, tells me, oh no, I want you back. I want you back. Because, man, you want to get me back because it didn't work your relationship. We are not doing these things again. Yeah, it was just for selfish reasons, or maybe it's feeling lonely. No one can replace you. No one can, those things. Yeah. So if you're experiencing this, kindly leave a comment. What to do when your ex comes back. Leave the tips for other ladies to to read. Thank you so much. Bye.